Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is doing well. I have been crafting so much more at home lately, and so I wanted to share with you some Dollar Tree DIYs. I went to Dollar Tree a while ago and stocked up on some supplies, so I wanted to share with you what I've been putting together. The first item that I found at Dollar Tree were these little moss balls, and they came in a package of 3. I think I picked up between 5 and 6 of these. Wasn't sure what I was gonna do at the time, but when I got them home, I decided I wanted to make a wreath. So I also had just one of those metal wreath forms that they have at Dollar Tree. I had one of those on hand. So I took my metal wreath form and I cut it off so I just had that small inner metal wreath portion, and I was going to not use the rest of it. So I'm just going to use some wire cutters to cut that off. Once I get that portion cut off, I'm just going to cut it at the top so that it's just cut apart so that I can put things onto my wreath. Next, I'm going to string the moss balls onto my wreath. So I started by just poking them onto my wreath form, and I realized that I needed something to make them go on there better. So I just took my scissors, put them down in there. You could use a pen or a pencil as well, and then I'm just going to string them around my wreath. And I'm gonna do that with all of the moss balls that I had on hand. Now, I didn't have enough to completely cover it, but that's okay. I'm improvising. So to close it off, all I'm going to do is take those 2 metal ends and I'm just going to stick them into the wreath form on the other side. Now, when I did this held this pretty securely because it kind of was difficult to put it in, so I didn't need to add any additional glue to hold it in place. Next, I'm going to take some Spanish moss that I had on hand. I'm just gonna pull off a tiny little piece, and I'm going to hot glue it in between each of my moss balls. On my craft shelf, I had some of this burlap ribbon from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to fold it over in half and use some raffia to make a bow, and then I'm going to cut it on either side, and that is going to be my bow. I wanted it to be very kind of rustic and natural looking, and then I'm just going to hot glue it to my wreath. You guys will have to let me know what you think of this wreath. I think it looks great hanging up. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I post updates about how me and Chris are redoing an RV. And that's kind of put on hold right now, but I did find some great things that I thought would be great for signs in my camper. At Dollar Tree, I picked up these really cool stickers, and they just talk about adventure and traveling, and thought they were really cool. These also would be great in like a kid's bedroom as well. I also grabbed 2 8x10 canvases. So I'm gonna start off by just removing the actual canvas portion from the backing. The backing is actually wood, so you can stain that. So I'm just going to pry off the canvas portion. Next, I'm gonna lay the canvas out flat, put my frame on top of it, and then I'll draw a line around the canvas. From there, I'm just going to cut out the canvas. Now for my canvas, I'm just going to stain it. I'm going to use the Vintage Effects wash in brown. I'll link it down below. It's one of my favorites. And all you have to do is simply brush this on. take a rag and wipe off the excess. From there, I'm gonna take my stickers and add them to my canvas. I'll just put them where I think I want them to go. I'm not going to press them down completely until I have everything on my canvas. That way, if I need to pick something up and remove it, I still have that option. Once it's where I want it, I'll stick it down in place. And then from there, I'm just going to flip my frame onto the back and hot glue the canvas to the back of my frame. And I'll repeat these same steps with my second canvas. To hang these, I'm just going to be using command strips. So you just can put 2 command strips on the back and then push it onto the wall. And the command strips are awesome. They won't damage your wall. And for $2, I have wall art that's perfect. All right, you guys, this next project I'm kind of excited about because it turned out super cute. So when I was exploring Dollar Tree, which I wish I could go do right now, I found this really cool tote and I thought was just gorgeous. And it was a canvas color and it said, "Enjoy the little things." And so I knew I could do something really cool with this. So the first thing I did was just cut off the handles. From there, I found some fringe that I had from another pillow. If you don't have fringe, you could use like tassels from a Dollar Tree rug. You could use ribbon, whatever you have on hand. Just kind of go into your craft supplies and see what you can find. I took the piece and I cut it in half. Now the piece of fringe that I had wasn't long enough to cover all the pillows, but I'm just going to make it so it fits for me. So I laid it out on the side of my pillow and I'm gonna hot glue it in place. And I'll repeat that for the other side. Now to make this pillow work with the fringe that I have, I'm just going to tuck in the top layer until it is even with the fringe that I glued down. From there, I'm just going to take some snow fill or any kind of filling you have. If you don't have filling on hand, grab from another pillow, or you could take a stuffed animal that your kids don't use anymore, take the stuffing out of that. There's so many different stuffing items you can use that are already in your home. And I'm just going to stuff it until it's full as much as I need it to be. And then to close it, I'm simply going to hot glue it along the top. And I just love how this Dollar Tree pillow turned out. All right, you guys, let me know in the comments which of these 3 projects was your favorite. If you're new here, make sure that you're subscribed. I post 2 DIYs each week, and I'll link our last DIY right here so you can just click on that and go watch that video. And I'll talk to you guys in our next one. Bye.